Hello and welcome again to Stocks Advisor channel. Today we'll talk about Tuscan Holdings Corporation traded at Nasdaq, ticker name THCB. Well, Tuscan Holdings today did show enormous volatility. Just look at this white candle with crazy high and upwards and downwards shadow. So this is really a rare situation. Not often you can see an action like this. So it was both periods of major decline and major acceptance and grow actually. And I can imagine for those who traded today, the level of emotions they went through should be just overwhelming. But now the question is what's next? Because what you can see here clearly is a kind of a two ups and declines. Because if you look carefully here, you see the major price action with, of course, and the way actually the stock is trading is making kind of this jump and decline patterns. So let's draw them here. You see the first was starting by mid of November. Still you can say it was a classical wave, but then you have these structures all the time. And the closer we go to this moment, we see again a similar structure forming. So really this zigzagging is very strong, as the zigzagging decline is also very strong. So now what we could observe here, it's very interesting pattern, but volatility should be enormous, as you can see, because today we traded from all the way, let's say, something like just below 1450 and all the way to 2350. So it's really near a 90% volatility during the day. This is, of course, enormous. But again, no surprise here, because this is a company with a very small market capitalization, well, relatively small market capitalization. It's only about 773 millions. And these are usually companies that can do these volatilities. Especially do not forget that by end of November, it was 2 times cheaper. If you would compare to its maximums, even more so, its market capitalization was even lower, so it's quite expectable that you could see these volatilities. And asking yourself how to trade here, well, let's quickly do analysis. And first of all, it's important to look at moving averages. These 3 colorful lines, 20, 50, and 200 averages being green, blue, and red lines correspondingly. Here on the left, you see their legends. So if you look at those, it's quite interesting to see that the volume traded today, of course, was very high. So it's mainly volume dominated formation of the latter part of the moving averages. In that sense, it's not that informative, but still you can see that moving average 50 is kind of bending. Moving average 20 is still pointing upwards, although its second derivative is 0 at the moment. So there is no decelerative or accelerative move. The same is true for moving average 200. So overall, the short and long moving averages are just neutral in the sense of acceleration, deceleration, but moving average 50 is showing some deceleration. And usually these patterns, they show the kind of a situation that it might be kind of binding further of moving average 20, so it will follow 50 and then will start going down. So we could see a repetition of the pattern that was seen, let's say, here by January, but of course with bigger volatilities. And with this being said, that's the strategy to play here, because we can clearly see there are several levels that were quite safe during a couple of months. And these are very strong levels of volatility. So one starts just at 15 and then goes all the way towards just higher than 14. And that's exactly what formed actually the low of today. So this would be a very interesting opportunity to enter and to play. This is purely playing on volatilities. So let's name this channel S1, S4, S1, S2. And it would be the first opportunity to enter. Again, because of this enormous volatility, if there is no possibility to enter here, well, it's no problem. Then just, I would say, skip it, because it's better to lose opportunity to buy and check other videos, enter there, than to get into big troubles, because you could have this here a lot. So with this being said, this is the first entry, and still it's a very volatile stock. But speaking of profit taking, overall, we advise 10 to 15%. So that's the profit taking, let's say, advice for the channel. in general and our trading strategy. And this is also the way how we define if analysis was successful or not. If you could make overall 10 to 15%, actually 10% profit of your money being in the stock, we consider the analysis to be good and successful. So with this being said, if we go to that low on the volatility, it's immediate buy at S1, and then you can just play on rebounds. It might be that overall the price is expected to let's say stuck between moving averages 20 and 50. This is normally observed situation, and it's called kind of stacking or jamming of SMA 2050. And what does it mean? It usually means that for stocks that show SMA alignment like 20, 50, 200, this means that all three moving averages are on top of each other. And these stocks are usually for mid and long-term traders. They are positive and good to enter almost at any moment. But once this pattern starts to break, you need to reconsider your portfolio. And once this reconsideration is taking place, once the pattern starts to break, there is a moment while price sticks between the moving average 20 and 50, and then bounces there a little bit. You could see this, for example, by end of January, similar situation. It was a little bit stacking and then jump out or down. So but usually it's before very decisive action, it starts being strongly volatile between these two levels. This could be here tomorrow as well. So it would be also a very nice exit opportunity if you still keep your stock and not taking that profit. But then it will be really finally exit advice. But still we advise 10 to 15%. So with this being said, immediate buy there. Should we go lower? But well, it's no problem. We will be very safe in that sense because there are very strong levels of supports. One just sits here at 13 and 12. And by the way, this will be also a very strong level because moving average 200 is in the vicinity, creating additional support. So this channel will be double supported. In that sense, very nice to enter again if there will be volatility to those levels. So let's write those two levels here. Those who like numerical representation. So first one will be between 1420 to actually 15 for tomorrow, and then this one will be then 12 to 13. So that's the way to enter here, and you can then actually exit once you have 10 to 15% profit. It's not expected to decline lower actually because still moving average 200 is a very strong support, but if this is some negativity killing the stock, we always take it into account in our analysis, not that we expect it, but just to be prepared. Then of course there is this very strong, the last 10, let's say almost unpenetratable level. Let's name it S5, S4 channel. And the reason for that, it's very strong because it worked as a double bounce for the very first wave formation. And if we go there, but this could be happening only with the negative catalyst kicking in, not without this. So these would be then 1050 to 11. And then why we always, speaking of why we always give such a deep support levels, deep average down, this is because we follow so-called mixed analysis. And mixed analysis means that we would like to take the best from three worlds or three types of analysis of the stock. So one is a classical technical analysis. So second one is actually nonlinear averaging down based on, let's say, support resist levels. And the third one is mitigation of risks or hedging the risks based on possible negative news or negative catalysts kicking in. So if you take out all these risks, all this possible negativity, the only thing that remains for you is a profit taking, and that's what we try to make. And that's the strategy we given, let's say, opinion videos at our channel. So with this being said, that's the way to trade here. Again, every time you rebounce, although it's very fastly moving stock, still don't be too greedy. Take it up to 15%, then either re-enter or check other videos, because it's always important to be very consistently trading positively. This is important, and once you develop this in you can become very successful trader. So with this being said, the strategy to trade and average down here, so the strategy of non-linear average down will be 1 to 2, still quite aggressive for profit taking rather than for, let's say, defensing. And here it means that the money you would like to play here, you can split in 5, then you can buy with one portion. in the first circle with 2 portions in the second, and again with 2 portions in the last one if the price goes there with a negative catalyst. This way will be the best optimization of profit versus loss, and if you like numerical representation, you can take it from this dark box. If not, if you more like for graphical, you can look at here. You can make a print screen of this one, use it as a trading card, and should be quite interesting for THCB for tomorrow. So with this being said, good luck with it. And yeah, check other videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're first time watching this video, and see you at another episodes of Stocks Advisory Channel.